Look at your morning for a moment. Just pause. Take a slow breath. Let your mind become still. And now really picture it, not with your eyes, but with your heart. You open your eyes when the call of Fajr reaches your soul. It's not just a sound you hear, it's a reminder that touches something deep inside you. Something pure, something ancient, something that knows this moment was written for you. Your body may feel tired, your limbs feel heavy, your eyes beg to stay closed. But your soul whispers, get up. It knows this is not just a ritual. It knows this is a meeting with the one who created you. So you leave your bed even though it feels warm, safe, familiar. You walk toward the sink and make wudu, feeling the cool water touch your face, your hands, your arms. And it doesn't just wake up your skin. It wakes something deeper. It refreshes the part of you that the world tried to drown in noise and stress. Then you stand on the prayer mat. Everything is quiet. The roads are silent. The air is still. The world has not begun its noise yet. It's as if Allah has paused everything so it can be just you and Him for a moment. And in that stillness, you recite words that descended from the heavens. Words that carried Ibrahim through fire. Words that brought comfort to Musa when he felt alone. Words that guided Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam through hardship, loss, and rejection. Words that healed broken hearts before yours existed. You bow. You fall into sujood, your forehead pressed to the ground. And in that single moment, your entire being feels aligned. Your heartbeat slows. Your mind softens. Your soul wakes up in a way that sleep cannot offer. It feels clear. It feels uncluttered. It feels alive. For a few sacred seconds, the world disappears. Your responsibilities disappear. Your worries disappear. Your past mistakes, your future fears, all of it fades. There is only you and Allah is watching you. Allah is listening to you. Allah is loving you. And Allah is inviting you to stay in this peace, not just during the prayer, but for a little while longer. But then we often break the moment ourselves. As soon as you say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, you get up. You fold your prayer mat. You switch off the light. And you walk straight back to the same blanket you struggled to leave. You tell yourself, just a few more minutes, I deserve it. But those few minutes stretch. They always stretch. They become half an hour, then longer. And while you sleep, the sky brightens. The angels write, the morning, that beautiful, blessed morning, slips away quietly, gently, unnoticed. And when you finally wake up again, something feels different. The peace you felt has gone dull. The clarity you tasted feels faint. Your chest feels heavy again. Your thoughts feel scattered. Your heart feels dim, as if something precious passed through your fingers without you realizing. And none of this is because you sinned. None of it is because your prayer wasn't accepted. None of it is because Allah withheld anything from you. It's because you stepped away from a blessing that was already coming toward you. A blessing meant for you. A blessing descending with your name on it. A blessing your heart was supposed to gather, to carry, to live with throughout the day. The minutes after Fajr are not normal minutes. They are not like noon when the world is loud and your heart is pulled in 100 directions. They are not like night when your mind is tired and your emotions are tangled. These early moments, they are different. They carry a softness you can feel, even if you can't explain it. They carry a stillness that touches the soul in ways nothing else does. They carry a sweetness that only exists in this sacred hour and nowhere else in the entire day. This is the most spiritually charged time you have. It is the hour that Allah filled with special light, special clarity, special peace, and a barakah that settles into your life in ways you don't even notice until later. This is the hour the Prophet ﷺ prayed for. The one he asked Allah to bless, to elevate, to make fruitful for the believers. This is the hour the angels witness. This is the hour the heavens pay attention to. This is the hour your heart is most open, most soft, most receptive. And yet, most of us sleep through it. Most of us let it pass without tasting it. Most of us don't even know what it feels like because we've never stayed awake long enough to let it enter us. We underestimate this moment only because we've never experienced what it can do to the heart. But the blessing is there, already descending, soft and gentle, like early sunlight slipping over the horizon. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to be perfect to receive it. You just have to stay awake long enough to let it reach you. Why your day feels dull. Have you ever stopped, really stopped, and asked yourself, why do I feel tired even when I sleep properly? You close your eyes at night hoping for rest, hoping that tomorrow will feel lighter, hoping that sleep will fix what feels heavy inside you. But then morning comes and your body wakes up, yet something inside you still feels exhausted. Your limbs move, but your heart feels like it's dragging behind. Why do simple tasks feel like a burden? Tasks you should easily handle on a normal day? Why does your mind feel cloudy before the day even begins? As if someone placed a soft fog on your thoughts? Why do you feel irritated, unfocused, emotionally tangled, even when nothing dramatic happened? Why do you wake up wanting peace, but somehow start your day with a quiet pressure, sitting on your chest, a pressure you can't explain to anyone because even you don't fully understand it? Why does your day feel off, even when everything looks fine on the outside? There's a reason, and it's not because you're weak. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because your life is falling apart. And it's definitely not because you failed at anything. It's because your soul missed its morning food. Your eyes woke up at Fajr. Your hands moved to make wudu. Your lips recited words of Allah. Your body stood in front of your Lord. But your heart didn't stay awake long enough to receive the nourishment Allah pours into the world in the minutes after Fajr. You prayed, and that's beautiful. You obeyed Allah, and that's precious. Your sujood touched the ground, and Allah saw it. But when you returned to sleep immediately, your heart missed the stream of blessings that descend quietly, softly, deeply. During those early minutes, blessings designed specifically to settle your racing mind, to lighten the worries you've been carrying, to wash away the heaviness from the night before, and to give your soul a strength your body can never provide on its own. Morning barakah is real, more real than the food you eat, more real than the air in your lungs, more real than the sunlight touching your skin. It's not a motivational phrase. It's not a pretty Islamic concept. It is a spiritual system, a divine design, a gift Allah Himself placed into the early morning, a gift that multiplies your time. So you finish more with less effort, a gift that multiplies your peace. So your heart feels calm, even when your life feels chaotic, a gift that multiplies your clarity. So your decisions become easier, your emotions become lighter, your thoughts become clearer, a gift that guides your entire day. Before you even speak to another human being, before the world wakes up to distract you, before stress creeps into your mind, before messages, work, responsibilities, and the noise of the dunya pull you in 100 directions, Allah gives you a window, a quiet, soft, sacred window to fill your heart with light before the world tries to fill it with noise. The Prophet ﷺ made a powerful dua about this time. Oh Allah, bless my ummah in their early mornings. Think about that. He could have asked for blessing. in any part of the day. He could have asked for blessing at noon, when people are most active, or in the evening, when people have time to reflect. But he didn't. He asked for blessing, specifically in the morning, in the time right after Fajr, in the time when the world is quiet and the heart is soft. That means the blessing is already there, already descending, already written for you. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to be perfect to deserve it. You just need to be awake to receive it. Blessing is placed in the early hours. Peace is placed in the early hours. Clarity is placed in the early hours, not at noon, when the noise of the world steals your focus and your mind is pulled in 10 directions. Not at night, when your thoughts are tired and your emotions feel heavy. But here, right here, in these gentle, sacred minutes, when your heart is the softest, it will be all day. This is the hour Allah designed to lift your day before it starts, to calm your heart before it worries, to strengthen your soul before it's tested, to straighten your path before you even take your first step. So of course your day feels dull when you miss this moment. Of course you feel unsettled. Of course your thoughts feel scattered. Of course your emotions feel heavier than they should. Your body enters the day, but your soul stays behind, waiting for the nourishment you didn't give it. And that quiet emptiness follows you everywhere, into your work, into your conversations, into your decisions, into your mood, into your thoughts. You feel it in the way you speak, in the way you react, in the way you lose patience, in the way your chest feels tight, for no obvious reason. But here is the beauty. Nothing is lost. You can fix all of this. You can change your day, your mood, your clarity, your peace, your connection with Allah with a single decision. Tomorrow morning, simply stay awake long enough to collect the blessing Allah already prepared for you. You don't need hours. You don't need perfection. You don't need deep knowledge. You just need to remain awake long enough to let the light reach your heart. And when it does, everything changes. The secret of these minutes. There is something different about the world right after Fajr, something your eyes might skip over, but your heart catches immediately. It's not silence the way we usually understand silence. It's not emptiness. It's not stillness without meaning. It's a silence that feels alive, a silence that feels intentional, a silence that feels like the earth has paused just long enough to give your heart a moment of rest. The whole world seems to slow down during this time, not in a sleepy way, but in a sacred way, as if creation itself knows that this is a time Allah chose for blessing. The world is quiet in these moments. Birds haven't started calling. People haven't started rushing. Cars haven't filled the streets. Screens haven't stolen attention. It feels like the universe is holding its breath, waiting, listening, honoring the early worship you just completed. The sky is still soft, delicate, gentle, like a shy light slowly waking up. It hasn't become bold yet. It hasn't become loud. It carries the first shades of dawn, pale gold, soft pink, cool blue, colors that don't just decorate the sky, but soothe your soul without you realizing. These colors feel like mercy. They feel like a reminder that no matter how heavy yesterday was, Allah is still giving you a new beginning today. The roads are empty, the houses are still, even the air feels different, cooler, cleaner, lighter, as if it hasn't yet been touched by the noise and stress of the day. And for a few precious minutes, it feels like the whole world belongs to you. Not in an arrogant way, but in a peaceful way, as if Allah gave you a private moment before anyone else wakes up to claim it. Even your thoughts haven't fully woken up yet. Your mind isn't crowded. Your heart isn't rushing. Your emotions are softer, calmer, more open. The worries that usually sit on your chest are still far away on the horizon, not close enough to disturb you. And in this silence, there is a presence you may not see with your eyes, but one your heart can feel with full certainty. The angels who witnessed your Fajr are still with you. They haven't rushed away. They haven't finished their task. They remain beside you, recording every whisper you make, every intention your heart shapes, every quiet remembrance that slips from your lips. You are never closer to sincerity than you are in these minutes. Your heart is more open now than at any other time of the entire day. It becomes soft in a way you can't force later in the afternoon. It's ready to receive, ready to reflect, ready to understand, ready to heal from wounds you didn't even know were still inside you. And Allah is closest to you in the calm of dawn. Not closest in distance, He's always near, but closest in the way you are able to feel Him. Your heart is clear enough to sense His mercy. Your soul is quiet enough to feel His presence. This is the moment He invites you, gently, lovingly, softly, to stay with Him a little longer, to linger in His peace, to let the traces of sujood settle deeper into your heart, to allow the quiet to do its work before the world invades your mind. This is the time when one verse is not just something your tongue recites. It becomes something your heart absorbs. Even if the verse is short, even if it's only few words, it reaches deeper than long passages could reach later in the day. It lands softly, but its impact is wide. This is the time when one dhikr, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, feels heavier, warmer, sweeter than at any other moment. It fills your chest, not with emotion alone, but with a tranquility that stays with you long after the light spreads across the sky. You can't recreate that feeling at noon. You can't manufacture that sweetness in the evening. This feeling belongs only to the morning, a gift tied tightly to the early hours. This is also the time when one dua, whispered in a soft voice, with a heart that is awake and a mind that is calm, can redirect your entire day and sometimes your entire life. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need beautiful wording. It just needs to be sincere. These minutes do not require perfection. They do not demand long recitations. They do not ask for rituals. They simply call you to remain awake long enough to receive what Allah already wrote for you, the peace He prepared for your heart, the barakah He designed for your day, the clarity He placed in this hour, the calm that will protect your mind, the guidance that will shape your steps. The secret isn't in doing something big. The secret is in simply being present at the time Allah chose to open your chest before the world tries to close it again. These minutes are not ordinary. They are a doorway, a spiritual entrance, a bridge between worship and daily life. And all you have to do is remain awake long enough to walk through it and collect what was written for you. Before you were even born, what to do after Fajr. Start small, begin softly. Don't force yourself to become someone new overnight. Don't pressure your soul with unrealistic expectations. Don't imagine you need to transform your entire life in one morning. Just open a small doorway for your heart to breathe through. A tiny space, a gentle beginning, a moment where you tell yourself, I can do this slowly. Sit for 5 minutes, just 5. 5 quiet minutes that belong only to you and to Allah. Minutes that no one else can touch. Minutes that no one can interrupt. Minutes that are yours, a private gift wrapped in silence. Put your phone away. Don't check the notifications that pull your attention. Don't scroll through the world before you meet the one who created it. Don't let messages, meetings, and worries jump ahead of your peace. Let the world wait for you. Just this once. Let everything else pause. Let life stand outside the door of your heart while you sit inside with your Lord. Just sit and let the morning settle inside you. Feel the softness in the air. Feel the stillness pressing gently around you. Feel how different this moment is from all the noisy, rushed moments that fill your day later. Let yourself breathe. Let your chest open. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind stop running. Then open the Quran, not to accomplish something big, not to stack up pages, not to check a box or meet a target. Just to let one single verse reach your heart. Read slowly. Let each word land. Let the meaning settle. Let yourself feel the verse like it was written for this exact morning, because Allah knew you would read it right now. Read as if the verse is speaking directly to you, comforting you, correcting you, guiding you, holding you. Because every verse you read in the morning finds the part of your heart that needs it most. Then say gently, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. Let your tongue wake up your heart. Let these words melt the tightness inside your chest. Let them wash away the dust that yesterday left behind, the stress, the disappointment, the tension. Let them remind you in the simplest way that Allah is near, closer than your thoughts, closer than your fears, closer than your plans, closer than the breath moving in your lungs. He sees you, He hears you, He knows the quiet struggles you never told anyone about, the loneliness hidden under your smile, the confusion behind your confidence, the fatigue behind your strength. And He loves that you're turning to Him in the fragile early morning, while the world sleeps in heedlessness. Then raise your hands, even if it's just a little, and make one sincere dua. It doesn't need deep vocabulary. It doesn't need fancy words. It doesn't need tears or perfect emotion. It just needs honesty. Speak to Allah the way a child speaks to someone they trust. Simple, clean, true. Ask for guidance when your path feels unclear and your future feels confusing. Ask for strength when your heart feels tired from fighting silent battles. Ask for healing when something inside you feels broken, numb, fearful, or unsettled. Ask Allah to make today lighter than yesterday, more peaceful than yesterday, more meaningful than yesterday, more blessed than yesterday. This moment, this quiet, intimate, sincere moment is your private meeting with the one who created you, the one who knows your beginning and your end, the one who can reshape your day before it even begins, before the pressures come, before responsibilities pull you in every direction, before the world demands things from you that your soul doesn't have the energy to give. If you have a bit more time, even 2 minutes, plan your morning gently. Ask yourself quietly, what truly matters today? What will drain me? And how can I protect myself? What one small thing can I fix that will make my day feel calmer, steadier, kinder? You don't need a detailed plan, just awareness, just intention, just clarity. Write it down if it helps, or hold it softly in your mind. This tiny moment of direction can save you from hours of confusion, overthinking, and emotional heaviness. These simple acts, done while the world is still asleep, done before noise enters your chest, done before the dunya wakes up, carry a power nothing else can ever give you. Not caffeine, not energy drinks, not motivational speeches, not even a long night of sleep. Coffee wakes your body, but these minutes wake your soul. And when the soul is awake, the whole day changes. Everything feels lighter. Everything feels smoother. Everything feels guided. Your steps feel purposeful instead of rushed. Your heart feels peaceful instead of reactive. Your mind feels clear. Instead of scattered, this is the quiet strength that only the early morning can give you. A strength written for you, waiting for you, ready to reshape your entire day. If you simply sit still long enough to receive it. How barakah affects your day when you start using the morning with intention, real intention, not pressure, not perfection. Something inside you begins to shift. You might not notice it on the first day or even the second, but slowly, quietly, gently, you'll feel a change moving through you. It won't arrive with fireworks. It won't arrive with dramatic emotion. It won't arrive with a sudden burst of motivation. It will arrive the way dawn arrives, softly, gradually, quietly, spreading its light into the corners of a dark room. You'll begin to notice that tasks which once felt heavy now feel manageable. The things you normally delay, avoid, or dread don't feel so intimidating anymore. It's not that your responsibilities shrink, you grow. Your heart becomes stronger, your mind becomes calmer, your spirit becomes lighter. The tightness you used to feel in your chest when thinking about your to-do list slowly fades. You start moving through your day with a kind of ease you didn't know was possible. Stress becomes smaller, not because your life suddenly becomes easy, but because your soul becomes sturdier, because you start the day full, not empty, centered, not scattered. The problems that once looked like mountains still exist, but they lose their power over you. They no longer sit on your shoulders, pressing down on your breath. They no longer control the rhythm of your thoughts. Your heart becomes steadier than your fears. Your inner world becomes stronger than the outer challenges. You begin holding yourself differently, with a calm confidence, with a patience that surprises even you. You trust more. You panic less. You breathe easier. People bother you less too. It's not that people change. You change. The comments that once cut deeply barely scratch the surface. The attitude, the tone, the negativity that used to ruin your entire day now passes like a small cloud in a wide, open sky. You find yourself responding with grace instead of reacting with emotion, with understanding instead of irritation, with maturity instead of impulsiveness. Your mind becomes clearer, not tangled or noisy. Your thoughts no longer rush in 10 different directions. As soon as the day begins, you're not drowning in ideas, worries, and reminders before you even have breakfast. Instead, you start with direction, a soft sense of purpose, a quiet clarity that guides your steps. Instead of your fears guiding them, your heart becomes stable, more grounded, not shaking at every inconvenience, not collapsing at every setback, not breathing heavily at every challenge. You feel anchored emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as if someone tied your heart to something firm inside you. And that someone is Allah. Small things stop throwing you off. Big things stop breaking you. Your reactions soften. Your patience grows. Your inner calm becomes real. This shift you feel, this beautiful, quiet transformation is not magic. It's not mindset. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's not some productivity hack. It is barakah, a divine blessing placed by Allah Himself inside the early morning, a blessing that multiplies your time. So you finish more than you ever thought you could, without rushing, without stressing, without draining yourself. A blessing that multiplies your focus, so your mind stays steady, even when the world around you is loud, chaotic, demanding, and overwhelming. A blessing that multiplies your calm, so your heart remains soft, even when life gets heavy, and people get difficult. A blessing that multiplies your strength, not your physical strength, but your inner strength, the strength that carries you through heartbreak, through confusion, through pressure, through unexpected tests. The kind of strength that lets you stand even when life pushes you down. Barakah is not just feeling good. It's not temporary relief. It's a spiritual support system created by Allah to make your life easier in ways you cannot measure. Barakah means things fall into place with less struggle. Tasks feel lighter. Your mind feels uncluttered. Your decisions feel easier. Your steps feel guided. It means the hours of your day stretch just enough to give you room to breathe, room to think, room to focus, room to live. Barakah gives you energy. Even when your sleep didn't, it gives you clarity. Even when your thoughts were tangled, it gives you calm. Even when your emotions were loud, it gives you direction. Even when you didn't know where to go. Barakah is when Allah gently guides your steps without you noticing, when He softens your path before you even reach it, when He carries the burdens you no longer have the strength to hold. Barakah means your day flows. Instead of fights you, you walk through the hours, feeling held, protected, supported, watched over. You feel accompanied, never alone, never lost, never drowning. This is the quiet inner transformation that begins when you honor the morning, Allah blessed, when you stay awake long enough to receive what was already written for you before the sun even rose. The reward you're missing. There is a reward written inside your morning, a reward so massive, so life-changing, so generous, that most people will live their entire lives and never taste it. Not because it's hidden, not because it requires knowledge of scholars, not because it demands strength or perfection, and not because Allah made it difficult. Most people miss it for one simple reason. It lives in the very minutes we casually sleep through, minutes we consider ordinary, minutes we think we can replace later, minutes we surrender to the blanket without realizing we are surrendering a blessing that could change our entire life. If you simply stay awake after Fajr, not for an hour, not for a long worship session, just long enough for the sun to rise, and then pray 2 humble rak'ahs of Ishraq, 2 light units of prayer, barely a few minutes. The Prophet ﷺ promised something so extraordinary that it almost feels impossible to the mind, but perfectly possible to the mercy of Allah. You receive the reward of Hajj and Umrah complete, not a portion, not a percentage, not almost the same. Complete, complete, complete. Let those words sink into the deepest part of your heart. Think about what that means. Hajj and Umrah are not casual acts of worship. They are not simple deeds. They are not small rituals. They are journeys people save money for, over years, even decades. They are dreams people carry in their hearts from childhood to old age. People spend nights crying to Allah to let them see His sacred house. They cross oceans, stand in crowds under the burning sun, travel miles between mountains, sacrifice their comfort, leave behind their families, and spend thousands of dollars for the honor of taking those steps in the Holy Land. But you, yes, you, sitting right where you prayed Fajr in the quiet of your home, wrapped in the early softness of dawn, you can earn a reward equal to both Hajj and Umrah without taking a single step outside your door. No crowds, no exhaustion, no travel, no cost, no packing, just sincerity, just presence, just staying awake long enough to respect the time Allah already blessed. Imagine Allah writing for you a reward that weighs heavy on the scale, a reward that could erase years of weakness, years of heartbreak, years of mistakes, years of pain. A reward that could lift your heart when you feel defeated and soften your soul when life has hardened you. And imagine that Allah offers you this reward not once in a lifetime, not once in a year, not on a special night, but every single morning, the gates of this gift open with the light of dawn and remain open until the sun rises. But most people never taste it, not because they don't want to, not because they don't believe in it, not because they're spiritually cold, but because the blanket feels sweeter than the blessing. The pull of warmth overpowers the pull of worship. The quiet comfort of sleep wins over the quiet mercy waiting in the morning. The softness of the bed distracts you from the softness of Allah's generosity, and without realizing it, you trade a spiritual treasure for a few extra minutes that disappear the moment you wake up. You choose temporary comfort over eternal reward. And the greatest gift of the morning passes by your door silently, while you lie curled under the covers. And then later, you wonder why your day feels heavy, why your heart feels empty, why your soul feels disconnected, why your chest feels tight, even when your life seems fine. Allah did not make this reward difficult. He did not place it on a mountain. You must climb. He did not make it accessible only to the strong, the wealthy, the learned, or the perfect. He placed it right after Fajr, in a time He Himself filled with Barakah. In minutes, the Prophet ﷺ prayed over. In a window, the angels witness. In a moment when hearts are the most open, the softest, the most sincere. It is not out of reach. It is not reserved for saints. It is not limited to a special category of believers. It is for anyone at all, who stays awake long enough to whisper, Ya Allah, I am here. Guide me to the blessing you wrote for me. One small choice, one quiet morning, one sincere intention, one simple prayer after sunrise, and Allah gives you the reward of a journey that millions beg for. That is the mercy of Allah. A mercy that meets you where you are. A mercy that does not demand travel or wealth. A mercy that asks only for your wakeful heart. This is the generosity of the morning. A generosity that pours blessings onto anyone who shows up to collect them. This is the reward you've been missing. One that could reshape your day, reshape your heart, reshape your life. If you simply open your eyes and stay awake long enough to receive it. A loving reminder. Before anything else, just breathe. Slow, gentle, deep. Let your shoulders loosen. Let the tension slip out of your neck. Let your chest relax. Let your heart slow down, even if just for a moment. This message is not here to make you feel guilty. It's not here to criticize you. It's not here to make you feel like you failed at something sacred. It's here to remind you of something the world forgets to say. You are human, and being human is not a flaw. It is part of the design Allah chose for you. You are not a bad Muslim. You are not spiritually weak. You are not behind everyone else. You are not disappointing Allah. You are a soul trying its best. Inside a body that gets tired, inside a heart that gets overwhelmed, inside a life that gets heavy sometimes. And Allah, the one who crafted your soul and shaped your nature, knows this about you more deeply than anyone else ever could. Every believer struggles with mornings. Every believer has felt the weight of sleep, pressing against their desire to do good. Every believer has whispered, just 5 more minutes, even when they knew the morning was calling them. Every one of us has had days when the heart feels drained, the mind feels foggy, and the body wants nothing more than to sink back into the blanket and escape the world for a little while. You are not alone in this. You are walking a path that every Muslim before you has walked. You are not failing. You are simply human. And Allah created you with that softness, that weakness, that vulnerability, because even in those weaknesses, there is beauty, there is sincerity, there is closeness to Him. So don't carry guilt in your chest. Guilt is not a companion Allah wants you to live with. Don't carry shame in your heart. Shame does nothing but dim your spirit and silence your hope. And do not, even for a second, let shaitan whisper that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough, not disciplined enough. You are worthy. You are seen. You are understood by Allah in ways you cannot imagine. And you are loved. Yes, loved even on the mornings when your eyes are heavy and your body loses the battle with sleep. Just start again. If you slept after Fajr today, start again tomorrow. If you forgot this morning, remember the next one. If you tried and slipped, try again and again and again, 100 times if needed, 1,000 times if it comes to that. Because the Lord you worship is not counting the number of times you fall. He's counting the number of times you return. He is not recording how many mornings you missed. He is watching how many mornings you still choose to come back to Him. Even when you're tired, even when you're unmotivated, even when your faith feels small and your heart feels worn out, He sees every effort. He sees every intention. He hears every quiet promise you make to yourself. He witnesses every moment you say, Ya Allah, I want to do better. And that effort, that sincere desire, that tiny step toward Him means more than you understand. Allah loves effort. Allah loves sincerity. Allah loves the heart that keeps walking toward Him. Even when the steps are slow and the road feels long, He loves the believer who tries again after failing 10 times. He loves the believer who whispers dua, even when their faith is trembling. He loves the believer who wakes up with tired eyes, but still says, Ya Allah, I'm trying. Every morning you whisper that is a morning written in your favor. It is a morning your Lord is proud of. It is a morning filled with mercy that wraps around you, even when you don't feel it yet. And even if you fail 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, the moment you turn back to Allah once, He receives you with a mercy so wide, so gentle, so forgiving, that no human heart could ever compare to it. He receives you with patience. He receives you with compassion. He receives you with a love far greater than the love you show yourself. So don't give up on the morning. Don't give up on the barakah that is waiting for you in those quiet early moments. Don't give up on the chance to feel that sweetness, that clarity, that closeness to Allah. And most importantly, don't give up on you, because Allah hasn't, not for a single breath, not for a single heartbeat, not for a single sunrise, not for a single moment of your life. He is still calling you, still inviting you, still waiting for you, still welcoming you every time you step toward Him. No matter how late, no matter how imperfect, no matter how tired, you have never been forgotten by the one who created you, and you never will be. The dua that opens the day. Tomorrow morning, after you finish praying Fajr, don't rush through that sacred moment. Don't break the peace you just created with your Lord. Don't lift your phone as if it deserves your attention first. Don't let the noise of the dunya creep in before your heart has had a chance to breathe. Just sit. Sit for 5 quiet minutes. 5 minutes that don't belong to anyone but you and Allah. 5 minutes that can rewrite your entire day without you even realizing it. Let your breathing slow down. Let it soften. Let each inhale remind you that Allah kept you alive this morning. Let each exhale release everything heavy that your chest carried from yesterday. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the tension melt away. Let the tiredness loosen its grip. Let your heart unclench, even if just a little. Feel the calm of the morning wrapping around you, a calm that doesn't exist at any other time of the day. This stillness, this softness, this gentle peace is not an accident. It is something Allah sends before the world becomes loud again, before responsibilities knock on your door, before stress remembers your name. Sit inside that peace. Let it soak into you. Let it reach the parts of your heart that no amount of sleep or distraction ever reaches. And in that calm, whisper this dua, not just with your tongue, but with your entire heart. Ya Allah, fill my morning with your light. Fill my day with your barakah. Protect my time from laziness. Guide my heart to what pleases you. Make my mornings a witness for me and not against me. Say it slowly. Say it intentionally. Say it like someone handing their day to Allah and trusting Him to arrange it with wisdom. Say it like someone asking for a new beginning from the one who can create beginnings from nothing. Because one morning used with sincerity can shift your entire direction. It can open doors you didn't even know existed. It can bring opportunities you weren't searching for. It can repair parts of your heart that you thought would stay wounded forever. It can bring a calm that sleep hasn't given you in years. It can fill your chest with a peace that no screen, no conversation, no activity can ever replace. This is how Allah writes, ease into your day, quietly, gently, quietly, in moments so small that most people pass them by without noticing. Don't avoid this time. Don't run from it. Don't let the weight of the blanket pull you away from a gift you desperately need. Don't sleep through something that was placed specifically for your heart. Don't close your eyes when Allah is opening a door of barakah right in front of you. And don't stay awake after Fajr because you're not allowed to sleep. That's not the point. Stay awake because Allah placed something better for you in the early light, something sweeter than sleep, something softer than rest, something deeper than comfort, a blessing for your heart, a blessing for your mind, a blessing for your time, a blessing for your entire life. This is the secret of morning barakah, a secret that generations before us lived by, a secret written into the rhythm of Islam, a secret that can reshape your mornings, your mindset, your heart, your connection with Allah, your entire life. But it only works if you stay awake long enough to receive it. This is the invitation. This is the moment. This is your new beginning. Tomorrow morning, sit still for 5 minutes and let Allah change everything.